Hi there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Sorry I'm late. I was adjusting a few things on my camera arm thing, and things were not working. So anyways, hello, how are you on this rainy, quarantined, lovely day? Never thought I would say that. So, as much as we can be normal, let's start, huh? So today, Johnny Daniel, you're in Stampin' Up! Independent Demonstrator. Yes, we're still shipping for the moment. Yes, there was an earthquake in Salt Lake on top of everything else. So yes, today Stampin' Up! Is closed to get the building re-inspected, I'm assuming, because it was a 5.7 earthquake. And they don't normally have earthquakes there. So, yay! So expect shipping delays. Yes, pretty much, well, almost on everything, right? We're used to this though. We've been conditioned for this with the back orders, right? So there's a couple things that I want to talk to you about. Celebration. Hopefully you have the coordinating dies flyer. FYI, the birthday dies are sold out. Second release is well on its way, underway. On the 31st, celebration will be completely done, unless of course something changes, but I haven't heard anything. There's a third release, and usually we do a third release, but I hadn't heard anything, so I was thinking maybe we don't. But, so the third release will be on the 24th of March, unless something changes, and that third release will be discounted or free items from the annual catalog that they pick. So keep tuned in and we'll get going, okay? So you can still shop. It won't be shipped today, but you can still shop. You can host virtually, especially right now, or you can join if you want to have as much control as possible over when you get your craft stuff. I don't know what that means right now. So let's see, Rubber Rummage right now has been moved to April 3rd and 4th, but as of last night, they were saying non-essential businesses are closed until the 6th. So I'm going to give it a couple days and then I'll update you. I don't know either. The Celebration Morning Party now is online. So if you order $50 or more, you will get your shipping reimbursed. And everything that is done on that order until the 31st at noon will be going for Iris. So please help out if you can. And then card class, save the date. We'll see. April 7th, 9th, or 11th for sessions. I hope. I'm just going to say this, I hope. So, because I don't know about you, but I'm going to need you as much as you probably are going to need to get out and do something else. So in the meantime, I'm wiping down tables and I'm creating and I'm doing what I can, just probably like you are. So with that, let's get to creating and I'll put you down. Hold on. So for today, as you can see, follow me on my blog, stampingwithjohnny.com. Follow me on YouTube, Stamping with Johnny. That's my channel name. You can order at johnnydaniel.stampinup.net, and the host code for the next however many days is KVCNCBCQ, and that is for Miss Iris. So help her get some freebies because, well, Iris, how would we have known what was going to happen? So, with that being said, we're going to get to creating, and let's have some fun, shall we? Alrighty, so for today, we are making a faux shaker card. It's going to look a little bit different than this one, okay? But similar nonetheless. Okay, so we're gonna do a cute little card. Yay! Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of mess on my table if you haven't figured that out. So what I've got, and it probably looks like your table at home, right? So what I've got is I'm creating from music from the heart, but honestly it could be whatever stamp set you want as long as you have some kind of picture and some kind of sentiment, okay? And then I've got a tag topper punch, I've got the corner rounder, and I've got my classic label punch. That's going to create my ribbon. I had a true ribbon on the other one, but we're going to simplify even more so that way you can create without any hassle. Okay, so I've got my foam adhesive strips. If you don't have those, you can use dimensionals, double stacked. I've got glue dots, and I have, way down in here, dimensionals. I have snail adhesive. I have Memento ink, so any kind of black ink, and real red ink, so a red ink pad. I've got the take your pick tool out. Let's see here. Shall we start? Yeah. Okay. So we've got snail adhesive. I've got white, I've got white, I've got a, hold on. I've got a thick Whisper White card base cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Okay, and then I've got a piece of basic black cardstock cut at 4 1/4 by, or 4 rather, by 5 1/4. There's the quarter. So I just, you know, and I'm going with more neutral colors so that way you can create regardless of what you have in the drawer, okay? And then I've got a piece of window sheet cut at, let's see here, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I've used my heirloom frame dies to create a rectangle embossed frame that the window sheet will go in just like that. Okay, so first things first, before things get piled on, I've got some sequins here because we're gonna do faux shaker, right? And let's see, I don't know what else, but we'll get there. All right, so some snail adhesive, run it down, stick it to your card base. Okay, so that's so far. I'm going to put that to the side. And let's see here. All right, so I've got my frame and I've got my window sheet. I know it's hard to see the window sheet because it's clear, but we're gonna do it nevertheless. And I'm gonna grab some glue dots and just put them on the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to figure out how much of an edge I have on the sides because sometimes I cut it a little bit short. But this time I left plenty of room, so I'm going to put here and here on the sides. And I'm just going to center this and stick this down. Okay, so I've got my window sheet with my, yay, okay. So I've got that going on. And then I'm gonna grab a few sequins, open this carefully. This is about a pack and a half. I combined them because I didn't want to be chasing all kinds of stuff down. It's just what happens some days. So, let's see. I need my glue dots back. So what I'm gonna do is grab my take your pick tool, and I have flattened my poster putty. I hope you can see that. and we will get there. So I am just putting my sequins in there on the glue dot, and then I'm gonna try. These glue dots are really good, so sometimes you just gotta put them down there. But at least I can get these sequins started and put them on there. So that way it makes it a little bit easier when you're looking here, because I can pick one instead of pinching and getting the whole bucket. Okay? So you want to focus on odd numbers always, right? Just makes the layout a tiny bit better. So I guess we will do a couple gold ones. Nah, unless it flies off the thing. So there's that. And I'm gonna grab another one here. They don't like sticking on there for some reason. And I don't know where it went, so we're just gonna grab another one. I think it went back into the case. Okay, so far so good. All right, so we're gonna grab this, and I'm gonna take my sequin off and just stick it onto the frame in theory, right? So that's gonna simulate things floating. We'll just, okay, so odd, yeah. So we've got that going on. And you know what I just did? I put them on the wrong side, of course. Okay, so we're gonna peel these off, hopefully. And we're gonna stick them on the back side where the crease of your window sheet is. And now you guys know that sometimes it's what happens. No matter what you do, sometimes as much as you're thinking, it goes backwards or sideways. Huh. And I gotta get the rest of that off. Come off, please. Thank you. Okay. Can't believe I did the wrong side, but hey, now you guys know that I do things backwards and sideways too. All right, so we're gonna pull this apart. We're gonna put this on the back side. I'm gonna peel the rest of that off. Okay, all right, there we go, yay, okay. Now I could finish this side, and I'm gonna grab my foam adhesive, and I'm gonna grab some snips, and I'm gonna see how long this is. Now we're not doing this to keep the sequins in because I just glued them down, right? So what I am doing is I'm creating some depth so I can slide that pocket in, or that tag top in. Come off, thank you. You know, some days things are working great and other days, that's all I must say. So, then I've got my bottom here, and the reason you want your bottom is not to seal everything in like with the sequins, but so your paper stops. Otherwise it'll slide right out the bottom, right? So we're grabbing that, and then I'm gonna grab my card base, and this is just gonna get put right there. Okay, if you want it a little deeper, you can do that as well. And then And then I'm gonna grab my piece of white, cut it down to 1 3/4, and then depending on how tall you want it, I'm gonna do 4 1/2 because you can always cut it down, right? So there we go. And what you want to do is just make sure it slides down in there. Okay, so that's a little bit too tall. I'm going to cut a tiny bit off. About 3/4 of an inch is what I'm cutting off. Yes, it was more than that, but with the tag topper punch, it takes off about 1/4, 1/2 inch. So I want to make sure that I have left space to do that. So that's what this should be. So this should fit in quite nicely. Yes, it does. Okay. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my black ink. And I'm gonna grab my staff line for my music. And I'm going to stamp it off a couple times because I want it to just barely be there. Okay, so I've got that going. And then I've got my U-Rock. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to cover this up, the black that is. And then I'm going to grab my real red, and I'm going to grab the base of the guitar here. Where did it go? There we go. So that's the top of the guitar if you guys haven't noticed. So I'm going to show you how to finish the guitar. So that's my little U-Rock thing, right? And then I'm gonna grab my treble clef, even though in this house that's not what we do, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna come over this. Would that be better, or would this? Hold on. This is when you put your stuff on scrap paper and you practice. Yes, I had it done, but my brain is just not completely functioning, as you well know, huh? So let's grab this and grab this. That's not how that goes. Something like that. So we will get this done. So there's the end of your guitar. Now what you're gonna do, I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm just running out of room, guys, if you're wondering what's going on. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab my staff lines again. I'm just gonna stamp them super light. Okay, and what I'm going to do, this is going to be my ribbon, so I actually want it pointed this way. And I am getting some notes. Some notes. And a different block. And I am just stamping some notes on my line. Hey Cheryl, how are you then? So, and then I'm trimming this down so it goes in the hole. Now the hole is, if you measure a little bit, like 3/4, so I'm going to do a 1/2 inch, which means I really got to be strategic in how I cut this. right? And what you might want to do is cut it beforehand so that way you can do this. But I wanted to show you this. All right, so this is the main technique. And you want it a little bit thinner than your punch. And that punch is quite thin. So I'm just gonna knock this down a half a notch more. And what you do is you stick this in here, right? And I'm gonna stick it in on this side because I want that edge, okay? And what you're gonna do is make sure that that is sticking out of the punch. So you want your edge to be in and whatever you don't want punched out, okay? And then what you're gonna do is do the opposite this time. So you're gonna pull up this way and you're gonna punch that side, okay? And I'm gonna grab my, you couldn't find me. I don't know why. I'm on my page. So I'm gonna curl my bone folder. Maybe that's why I don't have any today. So I'm gonna curl the paper with my bone folder. And I'm gonna grab my tag, okay? And as you can see, cute, right? Okay, so I'm grabbing the rest of my sequins and I'm gonna stick them on here. And I've got, I want to do one or two more of the gold just to pull everything together. Here we go. All right, so we've got that. And one of two things you can do. For me, it's going to be easier to grab the snail, but it's really up to you on how you glue this guy together. It's almost like a luggage tag. And there's your little pull tab if you have run out of ribbon, okay? And this is how this guy comes together. Now you can round the corners if you want. You can do all kinds of things, but that's what we have. I hope you like it. I hope you like today's card. Thanks for joining me. And without anything else, follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com, and thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.